Going live now. Okay. And all right, and welcome to another day of the DQ Labs eMeteor Architecture School. Thank you all for joining in today. And it's a very interesting session today because we're talking to Acharya Institute for Innovation and Transformation based at Mysore. And over the next hour, we'll be talking to Professor Sudhir Acharya, who's the founder of the school, founder director of the school. And he's going to talk to you about all the options that are available for you as an aspirant, right? Now, a couple of things that would be very interesting to note is if you um, sign into DQ Edge, and on DQ Edge, you will find under the colleges tab, you will find details about Acharya Institute of Innovation for Innovation and Transformation. You're going to also click on and inquire here. You could visit the college website and you could get some basic information about the college from this website. Additionally, you can also, they have an entrance test to get through to this program, and you can take this entrance test. The links for both of these would be shared on the description of this YouTube webinar, and we are going to hand it over to Professor Sudhir Acharya right away. So thank you, Professor Sudhir, for coming on.
Thank you, Dion. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're looking forward to what you have to say, because I think today's topic or the core of what you're going to talk about is digital architecture, right? And that's something new and very interesting, and that's something I really think that parents and students exploring architecture should really understand why and how this is important and where the growth and the opportunities are. So looking forward to a good session from you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dion, giving me an opportunity. So welcome. Sorry.
I'm sorry. So I will stop sharing my screen and I'll give you screen sharing in case you need to.
Yeah. Sure.
Go ahead. You can.
Okay. So I welcome all the aspirant students of architecture, and see, this will be a good opportunity for everyone get into the information what we are providing on a digital architecture. See, most of the time when we discuss with the parents, so first thing what they will ask is about, so what is a job opportunity? That is the first thing. Even though if they want to get into a computer science or they want to get into artificial intelligence or any field, the first thing every parent wants to know, what is a job opportunity? That is obvious, because we should know where is our food. After 3 years or after 5 years, where is our food? If we are clear about our food, then we can get into any stream. So now here, the idea here is to get a clear picture on architecture, what is happening in the other side of the world. If you see most of the buildings in Dubai and Middle East or some of the American countries, okay, they have explored the building with the twisted building kind of thing. Some are like dynamic architecture buildings. Some are with some kind of a moving facade in buildings also. So how they have created? These are all created through digital architecture. So now when we come to our normal architecture, you might ask, what is the difference between our normal architecture and digital architecture? See, normal architecture, what we are studying is like based on certain concept, design concepts and all, based on our case study or based on our what ancestor has developed. Okay. Now, from our side, what is our contribution to architecture? Actually, if you see, nothing. So, but in Western countries, they have developed certain concept like algorithm and computational method and parametric designing and all through the data what they have collected. So that is the main key of digital architecture. We are working based on the data what we collected from the client, and we are giving a solution to them in very simple words. So based on this idea, we have approached University of Mysore to give a approval on this. They said it is very, very innovative. Nowhere in India we have a digital architecture for undergraduation course. So everywhere there is a undergraduation course for normal architecture, but there is nothing for a digital architecture. But of course, we have also wrote a syllabus for Masters in Digital Architecture in Impact School of Architecture also. So that is also running. There also, the first batch has gone out and they are also successful. They have done a wonderful project which is matching with the international standards. Now, coming back to here with the digital architecture from the Mysore University, University of Mysore. So they have given us certain kind of a guidelines based on a national skill qualification framework. That is a UGC guidelines, which has been implemented in a new NEP 2020. So based on that, we started writing a syllabus, which is really required to sustain in a market after 3 years or after 5 years. Not thinking that today what is required. So after 5 years, what is the future of architecture? So future of architecture, what we have decided is a digital. Okay, nobody wants to use a pencil or pen or whatever it may be to design a building. So everything should be derived from the data and whatever the information what we have collected. So now Acharya Institute for Innovation and Transformation has come up with the syllabus and they have approached the University of Mysore. So they have given an approval for, this is a degree program for 3 years. This is a key. Okay, in a normal architecture, so even parents are also, oh, 5 years we have to study. So after 5 years, what happens? Nobody knows. Okay, how much expenditure happens? All those question comes. Now in 3 years, you will get a degree in digital architecture. So that is one of the real benefit. And 3 years we can get into the practical experience of the field. See, now when we are designing, most of the new courses will start, but how to practice in a field, nobody tells. Now here in digital architecture, what we are doing is every semester end, they have to do the internship and they have to work with the architect, and whatever they have studied in that semester, they have to work. And once they come back from the their semester end, the vacation, the internship, they have to come and produce that work and they have to give a jury to the architect. So based on that, we will be deciding on the pass or fail or whatever the improvement is required or not. Also, that will be a good opportunity for the students to know how we can practice digital architecture also. Okay, that is a key factor. So this total program is designed to develop the logical parametric design thinking and critical thinking, like an inner skill of a digital architecture field. So this will empower the students to get into a like a practice in digital architecture. Also, if you see some of the Hadid, I think most of the people who are really wants to get into architecture, they must have studied Hadid design, how the flow is happening. See, all those things are based on the kind of a data what they have collected and based on the parametric design, parametric values they have given it for the design. You see here, most of the things are like a instant critical thinking method. Okay, and sometime like for example, I can say if they want to design a chair, for a small example, if they want to design a chair, so they have to collect a data for individual. Okay, it is not like a generalized data. So in the previous architecture field, what we used to do is we used to refer the new words or general data or whatever it may be, and we used to design. Okay, this is a width is required, and this is a height, and this is a backrest angle and all. Now here we are trying to design for individual requirement, individual client's requirement. Suppose if the client is saying that I want to get a chair which is having a minimalistic design, and I want to use a different material. Okay, so now we will start collecting a data from the client, and we will use a certain platform, digital platform, to get into the design from the field. Okay, now here basically what we are trying to do is it's all the data will be collected, and that will be using a computational method that will be derived with the design. And here everything is like a hands-on experience. So most of the teachers or the faculty what we have here who wrote a syllabus, they are also practicing in a digital architectural field. So when it comes to eligibility, what kind of eligibility they need? Okay, now here we are not restricting anyone to become an architect here, to digital architect. So anyone who has cleared 10+2, they can join of any field. They can from commerce field as well as from the science field, also from the arts background also they can join. But they have to write a aptitude test to get into the digital architectural field. That is a minimum requirement from the university they have given. Even the who have done a diploma, they are also getting a opportunity to upgrade themselves within 3 years to degree. So that is one of the best thing in here. And we are also told the university anytime they can get into the course or anytime they can exit also. Every semester or every year they are getting a certificate. Like if they complete first year, they will getting a diploma certificate. If they complete second year, they will get an advanced diploma. If they complete third year, they will get a degree certificate. Even fourth year, they will get a PG diploma. And in fifth year, they will get a master's degree certificate. So this is one of the best implementation what government has provided, government has given for us in the new NEP 2020. So I feel everybody should encash, everybody has to think on a new approach to the educational field. Okay. Now, when it comes to the practicing, even in digital architecture, well, after completing digital architecture, so they can practice anywhere in the world, because now we are approached CIIT London to get the accreditation. So they have approved our syllabus and everything, and they want to see the students' output. So once they see the students' output, they will be giving a approval for the students to practice anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world in the sense, wherever there is a CIIT is approved with the government, they can practice as an architect, digital architect. Okay, that is a one of the best advantage what we have. Anywhere in in CIIT is there in London, CIIT is there in Middle East, in London, in Singapore also it is there. So most of the countries they have tied up. In India also it is coming now. Okay, so in digital architecture, what you are going to learn? So how we are going to learn? So in digital architecture, so every semester there will be a project given. So based on the project, it is sometime it might be a live project, or sometime it might be a project from a CRS background. Okay, so they will be trained to understand the client's requirement, and based on a certain digital platform, okay, they can derive the solution. Like what is a digital platform here? Like a Rhino, okay, Dynamo, or kind of a now the new developed SketchUp and everything. Even Revit also, building information modeling system. Okay, even some of the software called NATA. So we are using all this software to derive a kind of a solution to give a better result in architecture, digital architecture field. Okay. So what other things are involved in digital architecture? Even in digital architecture, we have involved the machine learning, like robotics and other things. If you see some of the Dubai building technology, they started printing the buildings nowadays. Okay, so that is very much required in architecture. We should teach the students how the machine can produce your building. So even fabrication technologies like a CNC machine and other things. Okay. Also, we are introduced the artificial intelligence field through the big data and other things. Okay. So when we have these kind of a new system, new upgraded syllabus, obviously they will become a successful when they complete a digital architecture. Okay, so what are the theories we are going to teach here? So theories like so we are teaching like a computational design method, like a parametric design thing, augmented reality. So even we are teaching a digital fabrication, also robotics. Okay, and there is a certain things called you have a radical thinking method. Okay, even AI is also included. Okay, in even data design process. So most of the things which has been taken it, which is required to practice to become a digital architect. Okay, so we will say how you will be different from the normal architectural field, like who has done a normal 5 years of architect. So you'll be finishing it in a 3 years. You have a provision to become a master's in 5 years also. So 5 years, another 2 years program has been approved. Means it's under process now. They have not given an approval till now. So the syllabus is under scrutiny and all. So within 4 or 5 months, we are getting a approval from a University of Mysore to start the master's degree also. So now here, when you come out from the digital architecture field, so you'll be trained to do a design within no time with the multiple option to the client. So that is one of the best option when the best opportunity we can encash in a digital architecture field. And see, now when it comes to a new, okay, everybody has a question. So what happens if we are not getting a job? So we have started our own firm to work on a digital architecture, and we are giving an opportunity for our own student who has cleared the digital architecture and scored more than 65% marks in a overall 3 years course. So we are providing them a job, and we are also for 2 years. Also, we will, in case if they want to continue with us, so we are asking them to come up with a different idea, and we will incubate their idea. So this is what the institute has taken an initiative to support the student and to give a opportunity for the students to practice also. So this is about the course. If you have any questions, anything, you can ask me here.
Sure, thanks, Professor, for that.
Yeah.
That overview of what digital architecture is. If you can probably show some examples of what digital architectures, that would be good. If you have example images to share, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Also, there's a question from Marcel who's asking, what is better? Is architecture or digital architecture better? So is there a differentiator that you can have?
See, now, this is a different approach actually. See, in a normal architecture, we have like a pencil and paper, we have to design, we have to draft, we have to take a case study and all. Based on a case study, we are going to arrive the design, what is best for the client. In digital architecture, it is not like that. We are collecting a data. Okay, we are collecting a data of individual. Okay, individual, like suppose one client is, I told you about the example of the chair. So when somebody wants to come to you for a designing a chair, you will say, what is your weight? Okay, what is your waist width? And how long is your arm? And how long you want to be keep the armrest and everything. What is your backrest and how high you need to do it? So all such kind of data we will collect. Okay, then based on that we will design it. In a normal architecture, what is happening is like we will use a Newford standards. Okay, that is 18 inches width we need. Okay, they have derived it as a normal standard for everyone to fit in. So that is for the mass production. Now we are coming into the picture, like we can design a chair for an individual. Okay, so how you do it? So based on collecting a data and all, that is how it is defined.
All right. So it's data driven. It's more data driven and oriented and visual in that sense, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So as far as digital architecture goes,
Mm.
so what is important for why is digital architecture important for an architectural firm, right? Where is the nuance over there? Where do they need digital architects? Why do they need architects? So in a project, where does that project architecture come? Does it come in the beginning? Does it come in the end? Or is it a process that happens throughout?
No, it's a continuous process. Actually, it's a very good question. So it's a continuous process. This digital architecture can be suppose I'll give you one example. If you want to design a house for you, then what you have to consider? You have to consider a climatic. You have to consider a geographical location, how much shade you're getting, what is the landscape you have, and everything. Now, if you feed all those things to a computer or a platform of digital platform, automatically it tries to give you all the data, or it tries to give you a solution directly based on your idea, your concept, or based on your parametric concepts. It gives some 100 design at one time. So instead of thinking in one direction, you have 100 ways to think on that. So that gives you an opportunity to explain to the client what is better for him. Otherwise, we will be stuck to only one design. They will say, okay, this is one of the best, and based on our orientation, we have designed, and this will work good. Now here, you can prove it. Okay, you can enter all the data to the computer, and you can simulate it. Okay, and based on a geographical location, okay, you can simulate and show it to the client. So much of comfort you are getting inside your house. That will happen only through those digital platforms now. So every it cannot be decided like only in the conceptual stage we need to get into a digital architecture. Nothing like that. Entire design process, if you learn the method how to use the data, that will be ultimate. Okay, you will be saving lot of time, you will be saving lot of money, material, and it is more sustainable, and it will be like a successful kind of design.
Right, interesting. And you also mentioned about CIAT London, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, so what is that body about? What do they do? What is their regulatory power?
Yeah. CIAT London, it's a parallel body for RIBA. RIBA is a Royal Institute for Architects, and CIAT is a Chartered Institute for Architectural Technologists. So now here, what is happening is RIBA is also all over the world, and CIAT is also in most of the countries it is approved. So this is a professional body which allows the architect to practice, and that gives a kind of a approval, like how we have a COA in India. So these are the CIAT in London and CIAT in Singapore. Okay, now CIAT in Middle East. So whoever wants to practice as a digital architect, and they can come under CIAT accreditation. So they also have one particular number they will give them for the students. Okay, after that they have to renew the license every year, and they can practice anywhere in the world. So this is a kind of a approval body where they will say the standard has been maintained. Okay, and education standard has been maintained, and we are approving their student as a digital architect or architectural technologist. Okay, so that is where the CIAT is coming into the picture. Otherwise, you can go anywhere and practice. You don't have to be a member of any organization or any institute. Okay, you can practice anywhere. Whenever you have a better opportunities, you can go and do it. Only in some of the bodies, like a government body, sometime they will say, okay, are you a registered architect? Okay, are you a certified architect? Oh, those kind of questions can be answered through CIAT.
All right, interesting. So that's great that as a digital architect there are opportunities both. It's a globally recognized program.
Yeah,
And that's very interesting. The next aspect you mentioned were the exit options.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You said after 1 year they get a diploma, and 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So how it progresses from a diploma to a master's program. That is in compliance with the current NEP 2020 policy, right?
Yes. It will be implemented in all the colleges in the future. But now we have got approval from University of Mysore. It will be implemented in all the courses also. Okay. Now whoever is getting into the new system. Otherwise, it will be like a old thing, like you cannot exit in between, or you cannot come back. There will be an age limit. There will be a time limit. Here, because government has said, okay, if they want to practice and come back, you should give an opportunity for them to come back and upgrade themselves to the future. Like you give them a diploma. After a few months, they say, okay, now I want to get into a degree. Okay, come back and join. Okay, sometime financially they might be difficult, or they want to experience certain things what they have learned. So in that case, this is a good opportunity for the students to exit, again come back and join.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty interesting option.
Yeah.
For all. Now, there's a question from Tiny Hydra. All right. So when it comes to a job, would a traditional architecture degree be valued over a digital architecture degree when it comes to jobs?
See, now when you have a new knowledge, okay, it is always better, okay, when you have a new subject knowledge. So you will be more recognized than the old one. So old one, there are thousands of people or lakhs of people are already practicing. You have to compete with them. Now this is a new field in architecture, new way of thinking in architecture, and upgraded to the robotics and other things, artificial intelligence and everything. Now, obviously, the need for the future is for the digital architecture, not for the normal architecture. So obviously, they will consider whoever has done a digital architecture in every firm. In most of the firm right now, they have already have a team working on only on digital architecture.
So just to probably understand it differently, or handle the question from Tiny Hydra. So what Professor Sudhir is saying, that this is a new field, so there's tremendous opportunity that comes to it when there is a new field. So that is an interesting twist. Whenever something new comes up, it's futuristic. But when you compare it with a traditional architecture degree, I think the role of a traditional architect is a little different from a role of a digital architect, isn't it?
Obviously, yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, I agree on that.
Yeah. So I guess the role of a traditional architect is to start a project and sign off a project, whereas a digital architect would be part of that project journey in between, isn't it?
Yes. Because
Right.
most of the times, so when they want to suppose, I will give you one example of a like a urban planning. Okay, urban planning. So in a normal architectural field, they need dozens of architects to work on a urban level. Now with the GIS system and with the new digital architecture system, we can work with the 2-3 people. You will give a lot of option and lot of comparison, lot of reports, and based on that reports we can design. We can give a kind of a urban planning guidelines and all. So basically, you'll be reducing a manpower also.
Right. Tiny Head, I hope that your question has been answered. So just to summarize, there are two different aspects. So the traditional architect is part of that entire journey from start to finish and signs off on that journey once the project is complete. And the other departments, like digital architecture, would be part of that journey that goes forward. All right. So hope that's clear. All right. Right. So if there are any more questions from anyone, it would be good that you'll ask it now. Otherwise, we are coming towards the end of this webinar and we'll be wrapping it up. So if there are any questions, please feel free to ask it right away. But on the other hand, Professor Sudhir, could you tell us a little more about the association between Acharya and Mysore University? As in, this has been set up this year. It's
this is nothing related to our Bangalore Acharya Institute or whatever it may be. See, it has been founded with our Acharya family. So that family has taken an initiative to give a more skill for the people. Okay, skill for the people, because I had come from the generation. Now mine is the third generation in architectural and construction field. So everybody in our family, they want to get into the innovative ideas, innovative approach to the construction and design field. That is how we have started. There is no relation between that Bangalore Acharya Institute or that architectural college in which is running right now. So this is purely a new institute which is approved by University of Mysore. Right now, it is running in a MIT campus, Mysore. Maharaja
All
Institute
right.
of Technology, Mysore. Yeah.
All right. All right. Right. And interesting, I guess. It would be very interesting to come over and have a look at the campus, and students are required to come and visit the campus throughout the program, or how, or can
No,
it be done remotely?
they see basically this is a new field. Okay, if it is a new field, they always need a guidance, and we have to handhold them. Okay, that is very much required. Otherwise, they cannot be successful. For that, to handhold them, they need to come to the campus. It cannot be remotely studied. But obviously, now because of the pandemic, we are not insisting anybody to come to the campus. So right now, till the Mysore University of Mysore announcers say that okay, now you conduct offline classes, we are very happy to do that in MIT campus Mysore. So in association with, you can come to the campus anytime. They have very good facility, and we have been supported with the MIT for running this course.
Okay. Right. So I'm just IIT. Right. So what I'm doing right now is I've put in the um, I've put in a link to the Acharya IIT entrance test. So in
Okay.
case anyone is interested in attending this entrance test and applying to the college, please do so. It would be great to see as many of you applying, and feel free to reach out to to Professor Sudhir, or to their team. They
Yeah.
can be contacted uh, on both the links that I've sent you. I've updated here. So for more information, right? So you can connect with them and ask any questions, and they'd be happy to take these questions for you. All right.
Sure. Sure.
In the
That is
meantime,
good.
yeah. In the meantime, I don't see any more questions coming in about it regarding this. So, is there anything else you would like to add to this, Professor?
No, here now we are not making NATA as a mandatory here. So anybody who wrote NATA also they can join. They don't have to write a test again, aptitude test again, or any aptitude test they have cleared, they can come and join the college directly. If they wanted to come from a other field like commerce and arts field, or they have not cleared the NATA entrance test, they can take an online exam, and they can just clear the online exam anytime. So it is a multiple options are given. So multiple times they can try. Okay. So till they get a good result, they can come and join. So that is what the, yeah.
I'm sorry. So, I think this is one of the most important things here, because there are quite a few students who've been unable um, to clear NATA. So having an option for them to remain in the architecture sphere, and having the option to be part of a significant part of an architectural project, and being part of a futuristic opportunity is a brilliant option for them, and good. So hopefully there would be students who do consider this option, and hopefully uh, this webinar has cleared a lot of doubts for you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's about it from our side. Thank you so much, Professor Sudhir, for taking the time out to come here and address our students. We'd be happy um, to probably see that if students want to come and visit, they can find the your address, college address on the webinar, on the links that I've sent just now.
Thank you, Dion, for a wonderful opportunity, and thank you for a DQ lab also to give the students a better option. So they should not say that, okay, this is my end of life or whatever it may be. Every time the new door opens for them, so they should knock and see first of all. So they should not say, oh, I am not cleared the NATA, so I don't have an option. Okay, now there are a lot of opportunities. Not only our Acharya, there are different courses are coming in, different degree courses are coming in. They have to just look into that and take a right decision at the right time. And that is what I can tell the students.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you so much,
Right.
Dion. Thank you.
Right. Have a good day. Yeah. Thank you all for attending. We'll be ending this webinar. Okay.